Hello, Ned here, and today I begin one of my more extensive projects. Everyone had a beginning when it comes to them playing video games. Like, everyone has a starting point. And I just wanted to show you guys where I started from back when I was just a little kid. I have right here a stack of NES games. These are the 15 titles that I used to own, and they would sit in a little box right next to my NES. I wanted to go through and show you guys my original 15 games, which turned me into the guy I am today. There's only one way to tackle this project, and it's head on. So let's start at the top of this stack with Karate Champ.
The granddaddy of fighting games, Karate Champ was an arcade classic developed by Technos, the NES port which I'm currently playing being developed and published by Data East. The premise is simple: you're the guy on the left in white, and you have to beat the snot out of the guy in red. And on the outside it looks like a pioneer of the genre, which will eventually give us the greats of Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Marvel vs. Capcom. However, on the inside you'll realize that it's kind of a mess. While I'm not going to comment on the simplistic aesthetics or the minimalistic sprite work, I am going to comment on the gameplay. Unlike your much later fighting games with health bars, this is all about the points. Every time you make contact with your opponent, depending on how you hit them, you'll either make a half point or a whole point. Half points are given when you simply punch the guy in the face or deliver a kick to the chest. Full points are given when you actually manage to pull off one of the more difficult maneuvers like the sweep kick or the jump kick. First 1 to 2 points wins the round, and the match is best 2 out of 3. Seems simple, right? Well, yes, this is about as simplistic as it gets. However, one of the biggest problems that plagues Karate Champ is the hit detection, which is laughably bad. That's something you'd think would be rather important in a fighting game. Another major issue is the control is just wonky. The B button is used for attacking to the right, and the A button is used for attacking to the left. You jump by pressing up and crouch by pressing down. While it may not seem that bad on paper, in practice it's as weird as all get out. Maybe this is a porting issue with the arcade using 2 joysticks instead of a D-pad, but it shouldn't be this complicated. Not to mention punching and kicking is on the same button, so whichever one you pull off is completely random. Also, the computer actually knows how to block and high kick, whereas I do not. Maybe it's because I don't have the manual, but there's only 2 bloody buttons on this controller. I shouldn't be having this kind of problem. Oh man, and if he decides to jump over you, good luck, he's already won himself a free hit on you. Like I said earlier, the A button is used for attacking left, except when you are already attacking right, because even hitting the opposite button you're attacking in the same direction. Another thing that irks me about this game is the fun and challenge stages in between the levels where you have to hit these flower vases which are thrown at you off screen. And once again, the controls are its biggest downfall since you can't hit the vases for squat, yet they always hit you right on the money. I've never been able to beat these stages, and I probably never will. Awful hit detection, nonsensical control, one-hit kills. Karate Champ may rival Deadliest Warrior as the worst designed fighting game I've ever played.
Oh gods. I just compared a game from 2010 for the Xbox 360 to a game from 1986. That's not a good thing, Spike Games.
And while I shouldn't be too harsh on a game from the early days of the NES, I just feel like a lot of things could have been done better, especially for something from this era. While the system doesn't have many fighting games, I'd highly recommend Urban Champion, one of the Black Box NES titles, over this one.
And that's all there really is to say about Karate Champ. I know there's a 2-player option, but I'm sure the control is going to be just as bad, if not worse. Not to mention, when I'm playing games with my friends, Karate Champ most certainly isn't the first game to come to mind. Well, that's all I have for today. 1 game down, 14 more to go. So, until next time, cheerio.